We had a problem, so for those of you who maybe started listening to the human perspective, the Wi-Fi went out. Never happened before. Anyway, for those of you who didn't see that, welcome back to the human perspective. My name is Judy Heumann, and today we have an unexpected guest, Mr. Leroy Phillips. He is a youth leader, a disability advocate, and radio broadcaster from Georgetown, Guyana. He has a weekly radio show on disability-related issues and touch, which made me think of Dionne Warwick?
Diana,
but it was Diana Ross. He's also just graduated from the University of Guyana in communications. I had the privilege of meeting Leroy this morning and asked him if he could take the time.
Wait, we're good. We're back.
Excuse everybody for all these little flummoxes. Leroy, what brought you to DC?
Well, a fortuitous encounter with a senior social development specialist at the bank, Yapong, who was on a mission in Guyana, and I bumped into one of the disability organization's office that she was sitting in, and of course I'm involved in that organization, and we briefly met, and she, within that brief encounter, exchanged her business card with me. And later that afternoon, I sent her an email, a very long email, inquiring about her work at the Society for the Blind and the nature of it and so forth.
So why was she down there?
She was on a World Bank World Bank mission in the country. And as a result of that, she had to consult with disability organizations. And
was there a subject that she was focusing on?
I think, yes, there was a subject that she's focusing on, which I don't remember off the top of my head.
Okay, I think it had something to do with education. And
Yes, indeed. It was
yeah.
education affiliated. So
right.
I guess that's what make our, friendship, so tight and resulted in my visit to the World Bank today.
So tell us a little bit about your background.
All right. So I was born in Georgetown, Guyana, 1990, the 15th of December. I acquired my blindness at the age of 6. I'm totally blind, and I changed many schools within the age of 6 to 18 or so. Didn't have a proper education upbringing, and all that changed when I got involved in a school project that started in 2013 and gave me the opportunity to do what I should have done since at the age of 16 in 18 months. So within the space of 2013 to 2015, I turned all of that around and started University of Guyana, and here I am today, involved in media, got my diploma in communication studies, get to travel and talk about my education experiences and advice to policymakers and so forth.
So, many people with disabilities have similar problems in their lives,
Yes.
but many of them don't become strong advocates. So what do you think motivated you to really want to go beyond just learning?
Yeah, what really motivated me, well, in 2006, prior to 2006, I really wasn't involved in any disability organization activity. I think my parents weren't 100% reluctant about me getting outdoors, but I was still pretty much within the home. But in 2006, when my friends at the blind institution or the school for the blind told me about blind cricket, which came to Guyana in 2006, and they said, Leroy, you have to come. You can go to Barbados in 2006 and represent Guyana. I'm like, no, you guys are lying. Those guys are lying to you about traveling to Barbados and representing the country. And they keep pestering me, and I decided to say, you know what, I'll go and find out if this is true or not. And when I went, I signed up, I got involved. Within a week's time, my grandmother received a call from the manager of the blind cricket team to say, hey, your grandson has been selected to represent Guyana in the first regional blind cricket tournament in Barbados.
Did you know how to play cricket before?
I actually never played cricket, and to make cases even worse, I hated cricket. So I guess
when I learned that Leroy was playing cricket, I acknowledged him in email that I don't understand the game at all.
Yes, so the game is not that complicated, and if you don't mind, I can perhaps tell our Facebook viewers how the game is played.
Very briefly.
quick. So the ball is made out of a very stiff plastic. It has some tiny balls inside, like pebbles. It makes a loud shack shack kind of noise when you shake it. Players are placed into 3 different categories: B1, 2, and 3. B1's totally blind, like I am. B2, partially blind. B3's partially sighted. They're the ones who will do wicket keeping, if you know your cricket well, bowling, key aspects of the game. They also run for the B1s. It's a must, and it's optional for the B2s to select the B3s to run for them. And the ball, when bowling, is basically on their arm, and when releasing the ball to a batsman, you call on them by saying, "Batter, are you ready?" And when he or she say yes, you deliver on their arm and say "play" upon release. And that's basically it.
And so how have you done?
I've done exceedingly well over the years in blind cricket. Just in January 2017, the West Indies blind cricket team toured India for the 2nd annual T20 World Cup. And I scored some good runs there. I think I came out with over 210 runs overall in the tournament. The team did exceptionally well. But come next January, we tour the UAE, and we hope to do better this time around.
Congratulations. Maybe I'll learn more about the game
We
by
hope
January. So,
Yes.
you've had some very interesting experiences in your life, including meeting with the Queen of England. Could you briefly explain to us why that happened,
Mhm.
and equally importantly, what was it like for you to meet the Queen of England?
Wow. Well, the Queen decided a few years ago that she wants to acknowledge and celebrate, that's a key word, young people doing exceptional work within their community across the Commonwealth. So this is how this program, the Queen's Young Leaders, came into being. And being a part of Leonard Cheshire Disability Young Voices and the president, they recommended me, they nominated me to apply for this award. They completed my applications and everything. And in November 2014, I received a call to say, I think it was in December, that I won the award, and I should keep quiet about it till January 13, 2015. And I, broke the news to the media on the 13th of January that I won this award. And then in June that year, we all were invited or sponsored to London for a good 8 or 9 days to meet with the Queen and other influential royal family members.
Wow. What was it like?
It was incredible. It was like a scene from a movie, one of those movies from the 1800s maybe. We sat there on the stage in the palace, that's the Buckingham Palace, and this guy who was the MC, honestly, he sounded like the guys from the movies in the late 1800s. He sounded serious. He sounded like if, we're about to tell you something that will change the world for all the good. And when he called my name, I heard a lot of persons were in tears right from the beginning. But when he called my name, I was not believing this. It was really like a scene from a movie, but it was so emotional that we were going to meet the Queen. When I got there, and I faced her with my aunt, she was like, "Hello, Leroy, what have you done?" And I told her in Guyanese accent, not trying to, speak too much local dialect for her to not understand me. I told her I did what I did, that, made you award me with the Queen's Young Leader Award. And she responded and said, "Well, thank you, Leroy. Keep the good work up."
Amazing.
Yes.
In our last minute of discussion, could you tell our audience something that you believe is really important for them to do in their lives to advance their lives as disabled people and others?
Well, this is a great opportunity, Judy, and thank you very much for offering it up. Well, as a disability advocate, I always try to encourage, my fellow persons with disabilities to stay strong, try to be positive. If there's nothing good happening in your life, know that having a disability is not the end of the world. To turn that around is actually the beginning, and that's exactly my motivation to starting my involvement in blind cricket in 2006. If it hadn't been for my push, for my positivity, I would not have started blind cricket, and I would have not gone on to do all that I have done all these years. So my encouragement to you, stay positive, see the light at the end of the tunnel, and tell yourself, I am human in its entirety and can do anything that anybody else on this face of the earth can do.
Thank you very much, Leroy. This has been a really great opportunity to talk with you. Thank you for joining the I'd like this discussion to be continued in the comments section below. For the month of June, we will be celebrating LGBTQI Pride. I look forward to our next conversation in 2 weeks with Allison Nickel, who serves as Legal and Policy Counsel to the Zero Project and is the principal of the Americans with Disabilities Act Civil Rights Training Center. Please don't forget to share today's video.